Oh, thank you, Laura St. John. I am having a great time watching some of your free bonus material that you've been giving our digital growth community lately. And it's a lot of fun because we are really getting to the nuts and bolts of what's going on and what's our hangups, right? Like we all have these hangups. We all have these instant reactions to any opportunity that could come our way, and those instant reactions are really from our own head. Like, you couldn't do that. Why would you be able to make money online? Why would you, Miss 44-year-old blonde-headed realtor, be able to start a business online and make six figures? Why would you do that, right? Why wouldn't I? We have figured out at this point that no one's coming for us, right? And we are smart enough to know that we have become the most educated technological generation to ever come through the history of the world. I mean, let's think about all the things. Okay, you guys, who had great grandparents that had rotary phones, right? Who had moms that had walls, the phone stuck on the wall with a 60-foot cable that had to go all the way down the hallway to the back of the house so that you could get the kids up for bed, right? Who had the cell phone that looked like this to your ear, right? Who had the cigarette phone lighter bag? You guys, we have been involved in a technological growth phase since we've been put on earth. So here we are in the biggest generation ever in the technology world to come through. Why not take advantage of it? I mean, they've already conditioned us how to use these phones right here. We all have these phones that have us connected, wired to the internet, right? So why not run a company on your phone? And the great thing about running a company on your phone is you don't have employees. You have a rejection free business. You don't have anybody calling in sick to work because you have a sales process that's automated online because it's digital. It's digital and it's out there operating for you. So take an opportunity to invest in yourself and make a decision. I was looking at a chart that we did yesterday on my TikTok, and we were talking about, the old brainstorming web. Does anybody remember in grade school? I think I was what, first, second, third, fourth grade? I think it was fourth grade when you start going through like comprehension and how to brainstorm and how to write novels and how to not write novels. What am I talking about? How to write paragraphs, descriptions. I actually won. I think in Texas it's called the TAS test, Texas Academy. Who knows what it is? I don't have children and I don't have to worry about like state testing that they do. But do you remember this all too well when you were doing the spider and you have a word and then in the word you have to branch off and do other words? My phone over here is confused to where I'm at. But anyways, so we were talking about community, and I didn't realize, and this is a very true, and I'm very vulnerable, so I'm just going to let you know the facts. I didn't realize how important community was until really just the last few years. And I think the reason was because I always own my own business. I always wanted to be my own brand, right? I'm a realtor, 17 years in the business, recently a broker because I got tired of splitting my paycheck with other people. So I just said, you know what? You already have the credentials to do it. Why haven't you done it already? And then life happens, right? I remember the first time I was in class to take my broker's license, it was in 2011. I let 2011 to 2023 go by before I became my own broker. I left $200,000 on the table paying it to other brokers. But anyway, that's another story. So, but it actually leads right into what I'm talking about, because what I wanted to share with you is in 2017, right here, sorry, 2017, I realized that was the year. That was the year that I was like, I am going to figure out how to make an income online. Here's what happened. 2017, I decided to do that. Where are we now? 2024, and I can just now say that I'm started my digital marketing business. Whoa. I just let 7 years go by like that. I am shoulda, woulda, coulda all over myself because I should have got this business going 7 years ago. I should have started and immediately and just believed in myself and just realized, you know what? I can figure it out. I'm smart enough. I'm with a community. I'm learning while I'm earning. I'm going to be able to understand this as I go because it's a process and it's just starting and getting involved in your digital business, because every day you'll learn, every day you'll grow. And so that's the exciting news. I am less than 100 days into my digital marketing business, and I'm having a blast. Can you guys like, follow, share me? I'm having a blast. I am learning so much about who I am. It's actually given me confidence. I am a different person than I was 100 days ago. And the thing is this is I've never had an issue with like any confidence or leading my business or anything like that. But what I think happened is I think I kind of got stuck in a rut from the whole COVID experience, right? I think COVID really like just put me in a funk, and I've sort of been stuck in it. And that's just me being honest and vulnerable with you. And if you're true and honest with yourself, you may agree with what it is that I'm saying, that you might have experienced it too, right? So, have you ever dreamt of starting your own business? Have you ever wanted to be a business owner? Well, why would you want to be a business owner? I think that when you want to be a business owner, you're thinking about all the pros and cons to being a business owner, right? Like you're calling the shots, you're writing the checks, you get 100% of the profit. You're the one generating the ideas, the product, the service, the branding, the colors, like you're getting control of all of that, right? So I think that that's one of the main things that people want to do when they decide to open up a business. Now, I was a realtor and still am, and love what I do. And I don't know, turn on. I'm not sure. Something just happened with my disclose live event. Okay. Is that what I need to do? Sorry about that, guys. I just had an alert come up on my phone. Not sure what that was about. But anyways, so let's talk about this. Digital marketing and what is that space like? So I'm a digital marketer now. And I'm going to pull it back a little bit because the most important thing is have you ever wanted to start a business? My little camera thing's kind of going crazy. Have you ever wanted to start your own company? What would your company be if you started one? I wanted to In college, we had to do a project. And I believe in college, I started a business, a faux business, right, for a project. And it was called why it was called the oh, it was called Patina, because I'm an interior designer lover, right? Like I love homes, I love interior design. When I have a retail therapy shopping situation, it's not going to the store to try on clothes, it's going to shop for interior design items, right? So I loved interior design. So I thought if I ever own a store, then I want my storefront to be an interior design space. And it's going to be French country with a lot of creams, a lot of patina. And I don't know if patina I don't think it's a French word. I think it's just a word, but patina means made to look old, right? So that gives you kind of an idea of what my store would look like. But I always wanted to have my own business. And then when I entered into the real world and saw what that responsibility looked like, I thought, wow, I just don't know if that's what I want to do. I've been in real estate for the last 17 years. And in the last few years, I've been very overwhelmed and stressed about my income because I have big goals that have to be met in order to fill my buckets for retirement and to be able to walk away from production here in just a few short 11 years so that I can live a comfortable life and also enjoy the rest of my life. I don't believe that we're supposed to work the entire time that we're here on earth, right? But I think just being in America and just the way the world is, it just seems like we're always chasing the carrot and we're always keeping up with the Joneses. And heck, now all these kids, you guys that have kids, I feel sorry for you. I mean, I knew a long time ago I didn't want to go down that road because it just looked really hard. And that was 22 years ago when I decided not to like that. I didn't want to do it. But now I can't even imagine the financial pressure that you're under. All of these kids are going to out of state tuition colleges. I mean, like, can't we just hang out in our state and save us 60 grand a year? It just cracks me up how many people are sending their kids to all over the nation for these college experiences, which is great. I mean, that's awesome. High five yourself, parents. I mean, think about the opportunity that you're giving these kiddos. I hope that they just eat it up and really take advantage of what you're sacrificing to do for them. and and that's the reality of where we're at in the world, right? I mean, yesterday was kind of scary, I mean, I saw my stock market go down a little bit, but I also know that I'm in good hands. And so while the market was panicking, we were also buying. So when you realize that you don't need to be fearful of money, and you don't need to hang on every penny and every decision of you know what the market's doing, what could happen, you begin to have a peace in your heart, and just realize, you know what, I can do only what I can do day after day after day, and just be confident that you're going to be okay, right? So digital marketing came into my world in 2017. I saw people making money online, and it became very curious to me. I was so curious. What are they doing? How do they do it? How do you hook up a domain, which is www? How do you hook up that domain to go to a website page? Then that website page asks for your email. Then that email takes you to a system IO, which is an email automation and a follow up process that I don't ever touch. It's just out there working for me. So, how do you do that? I became curious, and I became discouraged because I dipped my toe in the water in 2020. In 2019, I finally said, okay, I'm going to figure this out. And I went with this company, and they built a website for me, and it took 4 weeks for them to get my website back to me. It cost me like $3,200 and 4 weeks worth of time. So when I got the website back, they're like, okay, here you go. Now you just need to hook it up with this company. They charge you $89 a month. We're going to charge you $114 a month to maintain your website. And then you also need a CRM to hook up. That costs you about $56 a month. Here you go. Good luck. I was like, what? Like I immediately hit the exit button. I did. I felt like such a coward. I felt like such a coward because I felt like I had been here before in real estate. I went and joined a Craig Proctor coaching seminar in Orlando, and I thought, this guy's going to bankrupt me. After it's all said and done, he wants me to buy into his system, but he's going to bankrupt me before I even get started. So that's the way. And my first like research with this digital marketing space was, but that was 2019. Fast forward, we're to 2024. Here's what happened since then. Since then, we've had COVID. COVID brought a lot of people home, and a lot of people wanted to figure out this space. How do I make money from home? Why? Because for the first time, we as a global community all realized, whoa, business is changing. This could happen again. Wow, now that I've been working from home, I really don't want to go back to work. How many of you that happened to? It happened to me. I mean, I was working from home primarily for the last since 2011 because I designed it that way, right? Like I believe that time is worth more than money. So I wanted to, or here's what I did. I just figured out a way to work from home. And I did that. I did that sooner than most. And then COVID happened, and then everybody was like, wow, this is great. Dad's home. The dogs loved it, right? Who's got dogs in here? I'm sure the dogs went crazy happy that whole 2 years because they're like, this is awesome. They're home all day long. No one is no one is leaving. Everyone's right here. And I think that the family environment really embraced it and thought, gosh, this is nice. This is nice to be able to go to the grocery store in the middle of the day versus on a Saturday when the rest of the world is going to the grocery store, right? It was an opportunity for you to take advantage and to utilize your time the way that you wanted to. So I think that that knowledge that we were given during that time really allowed the leaders who were looking for a chance to just get their time back, took advantage of it, right? So, have you ever dreamed of starting your own business? In real estate, in the last 5 years, I've been overwhelmed. I've been stressed out. I've been so nervous that the internet.com is going to encroach, we'll use some real estate terms, right? Encroach upon my career. In fact, they already, I'm primarily a listing agent. The Zillows of the world have already stolen my business because they have. It's not anything that I'm afraid to say. I mean, I'll never forget the feeling of just like, wait a minute, why isn't the National Association of Realtors representing us as a realtor conglomerate? And why aren't the local boards saying no to selling our data to Zillow? Because Zillow is basically just a search engine for homes, and they were brilliant. It was a brilliant idea, right? But they don't have anything to do with the real estate business. They're just a search engine, but they sell their leads to realtors from making money off of my sign in the yard. I hope that makes sense. So when I saw that, and I was single at the time, and I had been single for 17 years, and I thought, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to finish? How am I just going to like survive in real estate? We don't get paid as realtors unless you sell a home. You don't get paid, or you can't even really project a paycheck in the future unless you have a signed contract. So knowing that, and knowing that the competition in the real estate world was getting more and more and more, and I'm in a great market. I'm in the Dallas real estate market. In fact, I did a live yesterday with my real estate market update, and I believe that Dallas, Texas is in we're still in the seller's market. We're gosh, there were so many properties. I basically brought it down, but we're still at a 2.29%, or 2.29 months of inventory, right? Supply months of inventory. That's how I'll show you. This is how you determine a seller's market and a buyer's market. And so we're at 2.9 months inventory in Dallas, Texas, which yields you a seller's market, right? So the properties are still going off the market pretty quickly. The interest rates dropped this week, actually last week, and they're getting ready to drop maybe again. That's the speculation that we took away from